There's nothing you are experiencing in life right now that is final. You no longer define your future by your past. You define your future by the decisions that you will make going forward. Whatever you're experiencing right now in life is not a definition of what is possible. It's only a reflection of what you have been able to attract into your life so far. There is no change that can happen until you get uncomfortable with whatever is happening in your life that you want to change. What if the life you are living right now is not the life you were designed to live? Now, don't get me wrong. Be grateful for whatever life has given you. It's good to be contented, it's good to be happy, it's good to be grateful, but most times we don't realize that in our bid to show gratitude and contentment and not to look greedy and maybe overly ambitious, we end up settling for smaller lives than we're designed to live. Many of us have learned limitations. We have learned smallness. Life has superimposed a sense of finality on our life. You see the life you are living, and somehow you have concluded that this is my life. And whenever you get to that point, there's a problem right there, because there's nothing you are experiencing in life right now that is final. Whatever life has given to you right now is just an impression or a small dose of what is possible. There is more that is possible out there in life. As a matter of fact, it's like going to the well to fetch water. You take a bucket to the well. The well has more water than your bucket can take, but you can only fetch to the amount of the size of the container you took. Many of us are getting out of life what we have demanded. And so we conclude that because I brought a bucket to life, then life has the size of a bucket. But somebody else is bringing a drum to life and is getting his drum filled up. Somebody else is bringing a reservoir to life and is getting his reservoir filled up. What I want to start by telling you in Unboxed is this. There is more to life than what you are living right now. And experiencing a life beyond limits begins when you understand that there's more. That whatever you're experiencing right now is not final. You see, life has taught us to settle. Life has taught us to think small, and it's not our fault really, because we are all victims of our environment. You are a victim of the place that you were raised and the people who raised you. You were born normal, but the moment you were born, you became victims of life. You grew up in the hands of adults you didn't have control over. So if you grew up around people, you adopted whatever was normal for them, and that became your normal. So really, when you get to a point in life, you have to begin to ask yourself, what is the life that I want for myself? Not what life was I given. Yes, life has given you something through people, but that may not be the reflection of your true destiny. Let me make it clear for you. If you grew up around poor people, I mean, you didn't choose your family, you didn't choose your parents, you didn't choose what city, neighborhood, or country you were born into. But if you grew up around poverty, poverty became your normal. So your brain was colonized to think that poverty is normal. If you grew up around wealth, wealth became your normal. So you grew up to see wealth as the way of life. Whatever it is, if you grew up around angry people, you think that anger is a normal emotion. If you grew up around fearful people, fear and just being over careful becomes your normal. But like I said, the life you were given is not necessarily the life that you were designed to live. And the first thing that must happen in your life, if you will cross into the realm of living beyond limits, first is that you must take ownership. Get to a point and say, I need to design the life I want, not the life that I was given. You need to start by asking yourself, what is the life that I want? And you cannot really recognize the life that you want unless you identify what are the limitations in my current life that I am not comfortable with. Is it poverty? Is it lack of ambition? Is it localization, playing small, or just playing safe? Whatever it is, there is something in you that has activated a sense of restlessness that made you begin to believe that there is more to life. Whatever that is, That's destiny calling to you. That's life's way of telling you that whatever you have now, people have raised you, people have brought you to where you are, but you have to get to a point in your life when you recognize that going forward, life is my responsibility. Because from a particular point in your life, it's your decisions, no longer your conditions, that determine where you're going to get to. When you were younger, your conditions were your reality. So if my parents were poor, then I was poor. My parents were uneducated, then I lived in this local place. I was not educated. But you get to a point and you no longer define your future by your past. You define your future by the decisions that you will make going forward. So what I want to do first in this episode is to activate a sense of desire, a sense of hunger, a sense of restlessness in you to get to a point of questioning everything life has given to you. I remember what I said. Whatever you're experiencing right now in life is not a definition of what is possible. It's only a reflection of what you have been able to attract into your life so far. Let me give you this analogy. Our lives are like magnets, and every magnet has the ability to attract things to itself. Every magnet has a magnetic field. That's a distance within which it can pull in resources. As a person, you have a magnetic field. So everything you're experiencing in your life right now, understand, you pull it in. If it's unhappiness, if it's sadness, if it's frustration, if it's smallness, if it's poverty, that is what you've been able to attract into your life right now. But that does not mean that is all that exists in the universe. There is more out there that can be attracted. So that I have pulled in unhappiness doesn't mean that there's no joy. That I've pulled in poverty doesn't mean that there's no wealth. That I've pulled in failure doesn't mean there's no success. I need to ask myself, I know there is more. What do I need to do to be able to change the kind of things I pull into my life? That's where responsibility begins for your life. Get on to the point where you say, I know there is more. And what do I need to do to change or to get more? I'm going to leave you with one simple activity at this point. I want you to identify what are the things in your life that you are not comfortable with. What are the limitations you've accepted as normal? What are the things society has given to you without your permission that you have turned into reality? That is where transformation begins. There is no change that can happen until you get uncomfortable with whatever is happening in your life that you want to change. I'm going to say that again. You cannot change anything you tolerate. You cannot change anything you explain, anything you justify. So if you are saying, well, it's because this is where I live, that's why my life is like this, you are never going to change that idea. You're never going to change that limitation. Whatever you accept will not change. So you need to first identify, what are the things in my life I don't like? What are the things in my life that I'm not comfortable with? I want you to list them down. So this is a transformation journey we're going on. I want you to list them down. Get a piece of paper, write them down and say 1, 2, 3, whatever they are. I don't like the fact that I've never been able to cross beyond a particular ceiling. I don't like the fact that my entire influence is limited to one city. I don't like the fact that I've not been able to earn beyond a particular amount. I don't like the fact that whatever it is, list them down. That is where transformation begins. Because when you know what you want to change, then you have empowered yourself to identify that these are the things I don't want to attract. Because in the next episode, we're going to begin by asking ourselves, how does attraction happen? How does transformation happen? What part of me is responsible for pulling in the things I experience in my life? Because if you don't understand what it is you are pulling in, you won't even understand how to change what you pull in. So the whole idea of this episode is this. What do you want to change? But remember the main idea. There is more to life. Don't accept whatever you're not comfortable with. Understand that the universe is full of abundance. The life you desire, the life you dream about, it exists. It is possible and it's within reach. You just need to be able to understand how to get there. And on this journey, I'm going to be showing you how to pull in or how to create any kind of life that you desire. Once again, what I want you to do as you end this episode is this. As a proof and as a confirmation to yourself, type out in the comment section, I know there is more. I know there is more. Write it in your journal. Whatever it is you're writing, tell yourself, I know there is more. And then we're going to go out there to create the life of more. Once again, I'm David Ogunshola, and this is Unboxed, Living Beyond Limits.